Hey, good morning. My name is Glory, and I wanted to pop on here. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that I see that I couldn't find when I was searching for it, so I kind of wanted to try my best with the time I have and stuff to create content that would be helpful for people such as myself who was searching for that information and couldn't find it. Today I'm having a better oxygen day, so I'm going to see what I can do today to make some of that happen. So my name is Glory, and I was diagnosed with scleroderma. Let's see, I want to say unofficially March of 2020, and officially March of 2021, and officially September of 2021 with a rheumatologist. The cardiologist referred me to a kidney doctor. Kidney doctor referred me to the rheumatologist and a pulmonologist. But with COVID, I was not able to get seen for several months, which unfortunately my disease progressed a lot during that time frame, and because of that, here I am today, now in hospice home care. There's nothing more they can do for my lungs, nothing more that we can do for my esophagus. I now have a feeding tube. I believe I'm over 140 days without eating by mouth or drinking anything by mouth. Second tube replacement, not fun, very uncomfortable. Starting some new medications with hospice that's getting me a little bit more droggier. I'm sleeping more. I feel my body declining slowly and stuff. It's really strange, but I'm doing the best I can, and I just wanted to share some of my story with you. Unfortunately, because of COVID, it made it really difficult to see doctors because everybody was so sick and the specialists were needed, and I'm starting to lose my breath a little bit, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm currently with Hospice of the Valley of Arizona. Great hospice. Unbelievable service. The nurses and staff and everybody involved in my medical team has been absolutely amazing. Like, for example, here's something. Who would have thought that Listerine and witch hazel mixed together in this little thing would help with healing and the pain surrounding my tube and my hole there, because I've had a lot of irritation, and it's been really difficult to maintain this new tube, and it's been very painful since February 3rd. I've had it, and finally, as you can see, it's finally healing with some concoction that one of the hospice doctors came up with. So I'm really grateful that people think beyond the box, you know, not just put you on medications and stuff. And because I felt like, honestly, I was being put on so many different medications. Let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, try that. And it didn't do anything because it didn't stop the progression. Scleroderma still came at me hard, attacking my kidneys, my lungs, my heart, my esophagus. So, yeah, it didn't do too much. All I can say is I thought I was doing my best and doing my research, trying to push my doctors along and tell them, hey, I feel like I'm dying here. I don't feel good. I literally felt like I was dying, and a couple of them didn't believe me, and some did. And again, here I am today. I was in palliative care for a year with a great doctor, Dr. Sean Abreu, and he, told me at any time when I'm ready and, you know, just let them know. And it's like, hospice is not giving up. It's just, I fought already, and I'm tired. And after this tube, and not being able to eat and watch the whole world eating, it's been hell. It's not been easy. So I just want comfort care now. Yeah. I think you come to a point in life where you realize it's okay. You didn't get this done, but you did all this. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. But I hate because I want to talk and my voice isn't letting me. Anybody who knows me, you knows that I used to talk a lot. I probably wouldn't shut up. And I drove a lot of my friends crazy, maybe. But that's who I was. I was a talker. I love to have deep conversations. And I still do. It's just a little bit more difficult. This journey hasn't been easy. And I see people posting how great and positive, and I don't mean to not post positive, and I will. But right now, I'm just going to my feels with, it's a horrible disease. It's robbed me of my life, my family, friendships. People who said they'll be there for me, they're nowhere to be found. People who said they'd be my rock, people who said I'm gonna be there for you, and they used to call me G and stuff in the gym and stuff. All those people are nowhere to be found anymore because they're off living their own life and they're not affected by this. And that just showed me like who my true friends are. Because if you're my true friend, you'd be affected by what's going on with me, and you would touch base and you'd reach out and you'd say, are you okay? How can I help you? And I think people get afraid of seeing somebody like this go through this, maybe. I don't know, I don't feel like I'm too scary. And then people also tell me, you don't look like you're dying. I hate that. What does death look like? I mean, really? Is it supposed to be like what's on TV or something? It's not. It's not. I'm the face of death. I don't know when it's going to happen. Nobody knows. My hospice nurse, doctors, team, medical staff, they don't know. We're taking everything one day at a time, doing the best we can with what we have. And that's all you can do. But I saw on YouTube that there's not a lot of content like this that really goes into depth about talking about this. You know, I cry in the sense that I'm hurt by so many friendships and so many people who abandoned me, and I had to get through it. Family members, friends, they just abandon you, just like, she's fine, she'll get through it. This was the time that I needed them the most, and they were nowhere to be found. And that just made me think, like, wow, maybe they just never really were true friends, and maybe they really didn't love me, and it was just all nice. It's nice to hear people say I love you, but if you don't mean it, don't say it. But it's cool. You just open your eyes to see, wow, okay. Here I was fighting so hard and strong, and they didn't care. They were just going on with their lives, and it didn't really matter. Because again, I didn't look sick. Now, scleroderma affects so many people in so many different ways. If you compare me to someone else, I don't look like them. They don't look like me. We're all just different. It hits everybody so differently, so hard, and in so many different ways. I have friends who have been fighting since they were infants, to toddlers, to teenagers, to early 20s. You just, I don't know, 30s even. It just happened. There is no cure. That's why it needs to be known, because you wouldn't want any of your loved ones to go through any of this at all. It is very debilitating. When I have a coughing spell, it puts me out for a few hours. I'm debilitated, my whole body. And then scleroderma hits me too, and I have a flare, and it could be my whole body just goes numb. My hands, limbs go numb. I can't move. Then I can't speak because the skin gets so tight in here. I can't breathe. So many different phases of this disease that comes with it, you know, and what it attacks, you know. When it started attacking my esophagus, I was scared to death, because it was really bad. And they mentioned a feeding tube back in July, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was set on not doing a feeding tube. And then when it happened, and I had to make a decision in October, right before my birthday, I did it for my kids, because I saw in my son's eyes the fear, the pain. And so I decided life for my kids. And here I am, alive because of it. This is my life support right here, this little tube. I get nutrition through the tube 15 hours a day, at night, mostly late afternoon to night. And then the daytime, I just wing it, and I do my best to stay busy and somewhat active when I can, or just sleep it out, because there's hunger pains, there's stomach cramps, because everything goes through my intestines, not my stomach. We bypass the stomach. The stomach is a complete disaster now, because I aspirate. And when you aspirate, that means it goes back up into your lungs. If food or any kind of fluids go back into your lungs, my lungs are already pretty damaged to the point where I'll aspirate to death. So we avoid aspiration, and that's the goal of every day of my life, is avoiding aspiration. With regards to medications, with regards to phlegm, saliva, I spit it all out, because I don't want to aspirate. There's definitely not a way I want to pass away. Definitely not a way. So we are doing a medication right now that's helping dry out my mouth. Does it suck? Yeah, my mouth is so dry. It sucks, yeah. What do you do? I'd rather have that than aspiration. And so I'm trying to make the most of every single day. So when people say you have a feeding tube, you can live for years. Yeah, you try living with this, taking all your medications through here every day, and try not to aspirate, and see how long you can go. You know, I'm over 140 days. Great, okay. I've had people say they, you know, I'm gonna live till this year or that year or this month or that month or this many days or whatever. They're not me. They're not going through what I'm going through. And this is horrible. This is not something that you want, even on an enemy. Like anybody who's out there who's hurt me, I would never wish this on you, or at all, ever. No, not at all. It's horrible. And I wish like the movie stars, like Queen Latifah, come on, your mom had this. Help us out. You know, I'm calling you out. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm a big fan of you. But Queen Latifah, I'm calling you out because you can help us, because you're a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just this gal in Phoenix, Arizona. A mother of two grown adults who's just fighting for her life right now, and watching it end. Don't know when that's gonna happen. People are like, well, how long do you have? Nobody knows. That's just it. That's the crazy part of knowing you're gonna die. You don't know. You don't know. It's It's almost like you wonder if it's easier to go faster than slower, because going slower, it's kind of like tormenting you. Like just drawing it out longer. And for what, you know? All I can say is, I'm supposed to speak on this. I'm supposed to do this so that it can help somebody else, you know? And the real deal about how it is to be on a feeding tube. Because I see all these women out there, and they're cute and everything, and they're happy, and they're positive about the feeding tube. I'm gonna be real with you. No, the feeding tube is not fun. It is not fun. I have to crush my meds. I have to melt my meds. I have to use all these different sizes of syringes and stuff to go in, because my hands with scleroderma can't do the big ones anymore. I mean, I get confused with medications. Thank God I have a nurse who helps me weekly, because yeah, I forget now. I forget. Did I take that? Did I not take that? I have a whiteboard on my closet that helps me remind me when to do this, when to do that. I'm trying to be as independent as I can and do as much as I can without help. It's hard for me to ask for help, but I know I need to, and I'm going to do better by it. But I just wanted to hop on here today to let you know the scleroderma is clearly a horrible disease that attacks everything, and having to resort now to this feeding tube here has not been fun. Having 2 surgeries was not fun. I don't want just another surgery anymore. I don't want this anymore. That's the reality. That's me being as vulnerable as it can be. I just hope for the best for everybody. And I'm going to sign off now, okay? I'll be posting again. Peace and love. Help us find a cure.